Hey, welcome to Mindset to Success, the podcast where there's no flashy edits, no over-the-top visuals, just honest conversations that make you think and maybe change how you show up in life.
Yep, no dancing text on screen here. Just you, us, and a little mental gym session for the soul.
Exactly, and today's session might sting a little, but in the best way, because we're talking about what it really takes to become mentally tough.
Oh boy, is this the episode where you tell me to wake up at 4 a.m. and run 10 miles?
Don't worry, we're not going full Navy SEAL, but we are borrowing some lessons from a guy who did, David Goggins. Ever heard of him?
Oh yeah, that guy scares me in a good way. Didn't he run like a 100-mile race just because he was bored?
Pretty much. But what's wild is where he started. Obese, depressed, asthma, rough childhood. Not the poster boy for elite athlete.
Wow, so how'd he flip the script?
That's what we're breaking down today. Not motivation, but the mental habits and mindset that turned his life around. And how you can use the same tools without doing 4,000 pull-ups.
Thank God. My arms are sore just thinking about that.
All right, let's get into it. 6 brutally honest mindset shifts that could change how you live. All right, so let's talk about this guy, David Goggins. And spoiler, his story doesn't start on a victory stage. It starts in survival mode.
Right. I read he had, asthma, allergies, and some rare genetic condition too.
Yup, sickle cell trait, asthma, overweight, and not like a little out of shape overweight. He was pushing 135 kilos, had a tough childhood, and lived with an abusive father.
Wow. So we're not talking about some naturally gifted Navy SEAL from day one. We're talking rock bottom.
Exactly. He struggled in school, got bullied, and by the time he was in his mid-20s, he was spraying for cockroaches at night and living with depression during the day.
Oof, that hits hard. And honestly, kind of relatable. Not the cockroaches part, hopefully, but the feeling of being stuck.
Right? And then one night, he sees a documentary about Navy SEALs, the kind of training that breaks even the fittest people. And for some reason, that pain called to him.
I mean, most people would be like, oh, cool documentary. This man was like, let me go become that documentary.
Exactly. Something snapped. Or maybe clicked. He decided he didn't want to live the way he was living anymore, so he set this ridiculous goal. Become a Navy SEAL.
And I'm guessing people around him were like, sure, buddy.
Oh yeah, they laughed. He was out of shape, sick, mentally defeated. But here's the crazy part. In just 3 months, he lost 50 kilos.
What, 3 months?
Yep, and not just that, he made it through SEAL training, and not once but 3 times, because he got injured twice and came back each time to finish.
Okay, that's not discipline. That's mutant-level discipline.
I know, right? And since then, he's run over 60 ultra-marathons, done 4,000-plus pull-ups in a day, and literally reprogrammed his brain to push through pain like it's background noise.
So the real question is, how the heck does someone go from rock bottom to that?
That's what we're diving into next, his 6 core mindset shifts. And don't worry, no burpees required.
Whew, lead the way, Jason.
All right, let's get into the first mental toughness tool. And it's not fancy. No app, no morning routine journal, just a mirror and a brutally honest conversation with yourself.
Oh boy, I already don't like where this is going. Mirrors and I have a complicated relationship.
Same. But here's the thing. David Goggins calls this the accountability mirror. It's literally him standing in front of the mirror, telling himself the truth. No filters, no excuses. Just raw honesty.
Like what? Hey, you need to drink more water? Or are we talking real deep stuff?
Deeper than that, like you're overweight, you're lazy, you're not living up to your potential. Stuff that makes you cringe, but also wakes you up.
Okay, yeah, that's uncomfortable, but kind of necessary, right?
Exactly. Most of us avoid that kind of honesty. We blame our boss, the traffic, our busy schedule, but rarely look in the mirror and go, this is on me.
You know what's wild? I did this last month. Not the full-on Goggins version, but I literally looked at myself and said, you're scrolling away your evenings and then complaining you don't have time. Hurt a little, but I needed it.
Boom, that's the mirror doing its job. Goggins says when he started this, he put sticky notes on the mirror. Each one had something he needed to fix or stop lying to himself about.
Like little truth bombs staring at you every morning?
Yep, and here's the thing. When you finally face your flaws, you can own them. And when you own them, you can fix them.
I love that. It's like accountability leads to responsibility. and responsibility leads to possibility.
Wow, that sounded way more motivational than I expected. Look at you.
Okay. Don't hype me up yet. But seriously, if you're listening right now, maybe tonight, just stand in front of the mirror and ask, what am I avoiding? You don't have to shout at yourself. Just be real.
That's the move. And if you're brave enough, write one thing down. Stick it to the mirror. One honest sentence. No fluff, no blame, just truth.
Brutal, but kind of powerful.
That's why it's step one. If you don't face it, you can't fix it. All right, rule number 2 is where things get wild. It's called the 40% rule, and it'll mess with how you see your own limits.
Oh yeah, this is the one where Goggins says, when you think you're done, you're only at 40%.
Exactly, our brain is wired to keep us comfortable. So the moment we hit a wall, it screams, we're dying, stop now. But in reality, you've still got 60% in the tank.
That's insane, but kind of true. I've stopped workouts halfway thinking I was done. Then somehow still had energy to scroll TikTok for an hour.
Yup, that mental stop sign isn't real. It's fear disguised as logic. Goggins trained himself to push past that point. Not recklessly, but consistently.
So what does that look like for regular people? I'm not running ultramarathons anytime soon.
Fair, but it could be as simple as this. The moment you want to quit, pause, and just ask, can I give 10% more?
That feels doable. Not beast mode, just one more rep.
Exactly. You'd be shocked how often you break through. Rule number 3 is called the cookie jar. It's not about snacks. It's about self-belief.
Goggins used this during his toughest moments. He'd mentally reach into a jar filled with memories of past victories.
Exactly. Times he pushed through, overcame something hard, proved himself wrong. Remembering those moments gave him strength in the present.
It's like reminding yourself, you've done hard things before, you can do this too.
Right, and anyone can build their own cookie jar. Just write down your wins. Big or small, first workout, job interview, a day you didn't quit.
Keep it where you can see it. Because when doubt shows up, your past wins are your proof.
Confidence isn't a feeling, it's built from reminders. That's what the cookie jar is for. Rule 4 is callusing the mind. Just like your hands toughen up with work, your mind can too.
Goggins says mental toughness is built by choosing discomfort on purpose, not avoiding it.
He started small, cold showers, no junk food, reading instead of scrolling. Each time you do something hard, you build mental resilience.
The point isn't to suffer. It's to train your brain to stop running from challenge.
Exactly. You don't need chaos to grow, just controlled discomfort, enough to stretch you without breaking you.
Over time, those small moments stack up. Your mind gets stronger, and life doesn't rattle you so easily.
That's the goal. Don't just wait for tough times. Train for them. All right, rule 5, the power of small wins. This one hit me hard because I used to chase only the big stuff. Big goals, big milestones, and big burnout.
Yeah, same. I used to set goals like, get my entire life together by Monday, and then cry by Tuesday.
Relatable. Goggins learned during SEAL training that focusing on one tiny win at a time was the only way to survive Hell Week.
He wasn't thinking, I have to make it through the next 5 days. He was like, just finish this drill, then eat.
Exactly. Micro goals, micro wins, and they stack up. Want to lose 10 kilograms? Focus on today's workout. Want to read more? Just start with 1 page.
And when you hit that small win, actually acknowledge it. Don't brush it off like it doesn't count.
That's the part we skip. But momentum builds confidence, and confidence keeps you going.
So yeah, stop chasing perfect, just chase progress.
One small win at a time. All right, last one. The power of why. This is what holds everything together.
Yeah, without a real reason behind your goals, discipline just fades. It's like driving with no destination.
Goggins didn't become disciplined just for the sake of being tough. His why was clear. He didn't want to live a life of regret. He wanted to become someone he could respect.
And it wasn't about impressing anyone. It was personal.
Exactly. So ask yourself, why do I want this? Not just surface level. Go deeper. Why do I want to get fit? Why do I want to wake up earlier? Dig until the answer moves you.
For me, it wasn't just, I want to be productive. It was, I'm tired of feeling like life is passing me by.
That's real. When your why is strong enough, you stop needing motivation. You just show up because you know what's at stake.
So yeah, goals are good. But purpose is what keeps them alive.
Find that and everything else gets easier. All right, let's be real. You don't need all 6 of these rules in your life starting tomorrow.
Yeah, Please don't try cold showers, journaling, 5 a.m. runs, and emotional mirror talk all in one day. That's how people spiral.
For real, just pick one. One mindset shift that made you pause today and start there.
Maybe it's being honest with yourself in the mirror. Maybe it's choosing one small win today instead of chasing some perfect version of yourself.
Or just remembering that your brain lies when it tells you you're done. You've always got more.
Exactly. And hey, discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent, even when it's boring.
So here's our challenge to you. Before the day ends, do one thing, even a small one, that moves you forward. Then do it again tomorrow.
One small win at a time. That's how mindset becomes success.
Boom! Thanks for listening. If this episode helped, share it with someone who's stuck or starting over. We'll catch you in the next one.